Today, we are going to start with the lesson Life Processes in Living Organisms, Part 2. That is from the Science to Science 2. Now, see, in this lesson, we are going to we will be studying reproduction, that is the asexual and sexual reproduction and modern technology, reproductive health, and population explosion. Now reproduction. What is this? That is, there are two types of reproduction, that is asexual and sexual reproduction. Now you know asexual, only one parent is involved, and sexual reproduction, two parents are required for the that is reproduction. Now reproduction and modern technology. So you are going to study about the modern technologies regarding the issues of reproduction. Then reproductive health regarding reproduction. Then population explosion. So you are going to study all the four in this lesson, life processes in living organisms. Now, can you recall, see, there are four questions which are related to the that is to whatever you have studied in previous standards. So you will be knowing this. So let us revise once again. See, which are the important life processes in living organisms. That is, you know, nutrition, respiration, excretion, sensation, response, digestion, and also that is one more life process which is required, that is reproduction. But you know, this reproduction which is there, it's not going to help the organism to grow or any such thing, but it's not actually that is the thing which is really required. But why do you think reproduction still we say that it is an essential life process? Because you know, if reproduction is not there, then the continuity of the species of that organism will not go on. Then what will happen? That species will come to an extent. So this reproduction also is an very important, that is essential life process. Now, which life processes are essential for production of energy required by body? So you know, for the production of energy, this digestion is very important, respiration and digestion. So what is going to happen? The food which you are going to eat is going to be digested in the that, and it will be used up by the cell, that especially in the mitochondria, the power which we call it as powerhouse of the cell. The with the help of oxygen, you know, the energy molecules are released in the form of ATP. So this will be used up by the body for that is as an energy. Now, which are main types of cell division? The main types of cell division are mitosis and meiosis. So the differences, you know, I've told you in the previous lesson itself when I taught you. So I've explained to you in detail. Go through that once again. Now, what is the role of chromosomes in cell division? This also I have taught you actually. Now, you know the role of chromosomes, that is, it is helpful in cell division. You know, the DNA which is there in the cells, the chromosomes which are there in the cells, there are 2n number of chromosomes in the body. So it's going to be that is, with the help of mitosis and meiosis, cell division is going to take place, and it is going to help in the process of reproduction. Now see, observe, you know, some diagrams are shown over here, A, B, C and D. In the A you can see growth is shown. In B you can see that is the hen is laying eggs, so it's a form of reproduction. Then you can see in C, that is the sprouting of the seed is shown. Now this is also a form of reproduction. D, you know, the cells are shown, that is the cell division is shown. Then the okay, now see, can you tell what do we mean by maintenance of species? You know, the species reproduction is an essential life process. So for the maintenance of species, the reproduction is necessary. If the that is, during reproduction, that is, the parents are going to give birth to an offspring, and so the continuity of the species will go on. But if this doesn't take place, then the species will come to an extinct. So this maintenance of species is an important part. Now, whether the new organism is genetically exactly similar to earlier one that has produced it, of course, the new organism which is produced, it has to be genetically exactly similar, or else, so there will be abnormality in the organism. So it has to be genetically exactly similar to the parents who are going to produce it. Now, who determines whether the two organisms of a species will be exactly similar or not? The parents are going to determine, that is, whether the two organisms of a species will be exactly similar. Now, what is the relationship between the cell division and formation of new organisms of same species by earlier existing organism? Now see, with the help of cell division only, the new organism of the same species is going to grow. Now, formation of new organism of same species by earlier existing organism, we call it as reproduction. So, reproduction is one of the various important characters of living organism. It is also one of the various reasons responsible for evolution of each species in living organisms. Reproduction occurs mainly by two methods, that is asexual method and sexual reproduction. So I have already told you that reproduction is of two types, that is the asexual method and sexual method. Now we'll see in detail about this asexual reproduction. Process of formation of new organisms by an organism of same species without involvement of gametes is called as asexual reproduction. So what is going to happen here? That is, there will be the procession of new organism by an organism of the same species, but here the gametes are not involved. So which gametes? The male gamete and the female gamete. So as this reproduction does not involve union of two different gametes, the new organism is exactly genetically similar with the reproducing organism. So this is uniparental reproduction. Uni means what? Single parent is involved in this type of reproduction. And with what that is how what type of division is going to take place? Mitotic cell division. With the help of mitotic cell division, the reproduction is going to take place. Now, absence of genetic recombination is a drawback, whereas fast process is advance of this reproductive method. Now what is going to happen over here. One of the advantage over here is during this reproduction, that is the growth will be very fast. That is this one fast process is going to take place during asexual reproduction. But what is the disadvantage? The genetic recombination which is going to take place, that is the male gamete in the female gamete, that is going to be absent over here. Now because it is going to be absent over here, there will not be any variation. So this is a major drawback. Now the next one is asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms. So I told you what is asexual reproduction. I have explained to you. Now asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms. So let us see how asexual reproduction takes place in unicellular organism. Now uni means what? One single celled organism. So you can see over here amoeba is shown in this diagram. So what you are going to do is, that is, we are going to see the binary fission. Now let us first of all understand what this word binary fission means. Binary means what? Double, two. Bi means what? Two. So fission. Fission means the division. Now see, activity. Take a conical flask, collect the water in it from a pond having stagnant water and aquatic plants. Then you are going to add some wheat grains and aquatic plants to it. Keep it for 3 to 4 days so that wheat grains and plants will decompose. Now early in the morning on 4th day, take a glass slide and put a drop of that water over it. Carefully put a cover slip on that drop and observe under compound microscope. Means what you are going to do? You are going to take a conical flask. Then you are going to collect water in it from a pond, which is stagnant water you are going to take. What is this stagnant water? Means you are not going to take flowing water. You are going to take the water which is stagnant, which is standing for long time and it's not disturbed. So such type of water you are going to take. And aquatic plants. So add some wheat grains and aquatic plants to it. So you are going to add some wheat grains to it, and some aquatic plants also you are going to add. Then you are going to keep it for 3 to 4 days. Okay. Then the wheat grains and the plants which you have put in it, it is going to decompose. Then on the 4th day you are going to take a drop of water from this and you are going to take it on the slide. Then you are going to put a cover slip on that drop and you are going to observe it under the compound microscope. Now see, you will be able to see many paramecia performing the binary division. So paramecium also will be there in that. Amoeba also will be there. So you will see the paramecium that is performing the binary division. Now you can see in this diagram. See, parent paramecium, you can see it is in single form. Now in the that is, you can see the divided form also, two cells. It is the daughter paramecium. So you can see the binary fission has taken place and two parameciums are there. Now see, prokaryotes, bacteria, in protist, amoeba, paramecium, euglena, etc. and eukaryotic cell organelle like mitochondria and chloroplast, they are going to perform asexual reproduction by binary fission. Now in this process, the parent cell, you can see the parent cell, parent paramecium, okay, they are going to perform the asexual reproduction and you can see binary fission has taken place. The parent paramecium has been divided into two daughter cells. Now binary fission, it occurs either by mitosis or amitosis. Now see, axis of fission, that is the division is different in different protists. So it can be the longitudinal fission or it can be latitudinal. Now see, amoeba, it divides in any plane. Okay, it's going to be horizontal, vertical, it's going to divide in any plane because it doesn't have a specific shape. Now that is why we call it as simple binary fission. Now paramecium, it's going to divide in the transverse binary fission or it's going to divide longitudinally. So you can see in the diagram it's given, that is vertical divisions you can see over here. That is the longitudinal binary fission, and transverse binary fission also upside it's given. So that is the horizontal division, we call it as transverse binary fission, and below you can see the longitudinal binary fission, that is the division is taking place vertically. Binary fission is usually performed by living organisms during favorable conditions when there is availability of abundant food material. So this type of binary fission, when it's going to take place, when the conditions are favorable. So these divisions are not going to take place when conditions are unfavorable. Conditions have to be favorable. Means what? Favorable conditions means what? There should be abundant food supply, means there should be food material available for this organisms for the reproduction to take place. Now I told you that such type of reproduction is going to take place when abundant food material is available and the conditions are favorable. Now when conditions are not favorable, then what type of reproduction, what type of division is going to take place, that we will see. Now see, the second one is multiple fission. Now in case of multiple fission, what we are going to see over here, with the multiple fission which is going to take place in amoeba. Now what happens is that is the amoeba, it is going to stop the formation of pseudopodia. Now what is the pseudopodia actually? You can see below, see parent amoeba, you can see the protrusions which have taken, that is which are shown over here in parent amoeba, those are the pseudopodias. Now pseudopodia means what? Pseudo means false, podia means feet, so it doesn't actually have a feet, but when it is that is during its movement, what is going to happen is the part of the amoeba which has to move, it's going to come out, that is protrude out, and it is going to with that is a false feet will come out, and that part will is going to move. Once it is moved, the pseudopodia which are there, it will go inside and it will, that part will go in. Now see, during this multiple fission, what is going to happen is all these protrusions which are there, it is going to, that is go in, that is the formation of pseudopodia is going to stop. Now when this is going to happen, when there is no food or the conditions are very bad, adverse conditions, bad conditions are there, in such conditions this amoeba is going to stop the formation of pseudopodia. It's going to become round. So you can see in the diagram below, see parent amoeba, so it has stopped the formation of pseudopodia and it has become round. Then what is going to happen? Once it becomes round, a cyst will be formed around it. Now this cyst which is there, this is going to be hard. Now then what is going to happen is, see this insistent amoeba, okay, which is the round covering which is there, which has become round, which is covered, that we call it as cyst. Now after the cyst is formed, one nuclei was there before in parent amoeba, you can see. Now this one nuclei, it is going to divide into many nuclei, and many nuclei, that is the nuclear divisions will take place, repeated nuclear divisions are going to take place, and many amoebulae, that is many first nuclei are formed, and then you can see many daughter amoebas are formed. Now they are going to, the cyst which will be formed around it, it's hard, and this cyst is going to remain as long as conditions are going to be bad. Then once the conditions improve, once the conditions become favorable, then the daughter, that is the cyst will break open and the daughter amoebas will start coming out. Now this was multiple fission which we saw in amoeba. Now the third form of asexual reproduction in that is unicellular organisms, the third one is budding. Now see, what you're going to do is, the dry yeast powder which you get in bakeries, markets and all, which are used, that yeast you are going to bring. Then you're going to take a warm water. In that warm water, you're going to add some dry yeast powder around 5 grams, and then you're going to add a little sugar to that, and you're going to mix it well. Then you're going to keep the flask in warm place, okay, and after an hour or so, you are going to take a drop of that mixture on a clean dry slide. Then you're going to cover it with a cover slip, and then you're going to observe it under the compound microscope. Now you can see in the diagram, see the yeast cells, okay, they are that is performing budding, okay. You can see a small bud, okay, a small bulge in the diagram. You can see the parent yeast cell is there. Then in the second after the arrow, you can see there is a small bulge which has come out, okay, which is growing. Then in the third, again the nucleus which was there in the parent yeast cell, it is also dividing, and you can see a daughter yeast has been formed, and in this way the many buds are formed, okay, and you can see many daughter nuclei are also divided. Then after sufficient growth, what will happen is the bud which is there, once it grows, it is going to separate from the parent cell, and then it is going to live independently as a daughter yeast cell. Now today we saw what is reproduction, the definition of reproduction, then we saw the types of reproduction, then in asexual reproduction we saw the unicellular, that is asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms. In the next this one video, we will see asexual reproduction in multicellular organisms.